Well, hello, it's Paul at Lymm Methodist Church here again. It's Saturday morning, it's a bit wet out here, but I popped down to see what progress there's been this week, so let's go in. Well, I'm standing here in the lower hall, and as you can see behind me, the double doors have had their frame taken away. And the reason for that is that that doorway is going to be moving further along the wall, so they're going to reposition it so that it's not directly opposite the new staircase, which will be just alongside that pillar you can see there. So I'm looking across, we're above the stairs here, I'm looking across and around the room, and oh, we have a new larger doorway into the upper hall. And you can see that the old doorway has been bricked up. So if we come through this way, it's quite remarkable how this new doorway being positioned in the corner of the room changes the way that the room feels and the way that the room's going to be used. Well, I'm standing now in that new larger doorway to the upper hall, looking across onto the new lounge area, and you can see the stairs going down there. You can see that green arrow on the wall at the top of the stairs. That's showing you where the lift is going to be, and what the builders will be doing is filling in the floor. So when the staircase there has gone, that whole area will be a floor and part of this new lounge that we're going to have up here. As I walk towards the worship area, you may spot that over on the right, we have a window that has now been bricked up. That's a window on the side of the old vestry. That's the room where the new lift will be. And if we look over here, you'll see that we've got a new concrete block pillar that's been built by the builders, and that's going to be part of a wall for the new kitchenette, which will be occupying the space of the old print room and also the space where we had the cupboards on the landing. And you can see that the reason why that wall's been taken out and the brick pillar built is to allow this wider platform and ramp to go down into the church, and that's going to lead to that doorway being widened so that wheelchairs can go through it. I'm standing now in the worship area, and if you look behind me, you can see up there that the builders have put in this long lintel, and that's because the doorway is going to be widened. So they've done that in preparation for taking that old archway out and putting in a wider door. Now, here's a question for all the historians out there. That pillar that's been put in replaces a wall, which was the wall for the old print room. Now, the print room was at one stage a toilet. The builders tell me that when they were taking the old wall down, they found that there was a window on this side of the wall, which had been blocked up at some point. So it led us wondering as to how old that toilet was. They said they also found traces of lead piping and wondered whether at one stage back in the history of the church, whether or not there had been a tank above with water to supply to a toilet there. So that was one question they had. The second question was, why is only one wall of the Sunday school, the old chapel downstairs, built of stone? What's the history of that building? If you've got an answer, please get in touch. But anyway, that's all for this week, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching, and there will be updates in future weeks. Bye.